Rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All of us have a grandfather from the mother side. Then you have a grandfather from the father side. Now let me talk to you about my grandfather from my father's side. Let me talk to you about my grandfather, whose father came from India. This is a story related by my father, that his grandfather came from India and they had to move to Pakistan. So they were relocated from India because that part of India was India and they had to move to Pakistan. The family then went to Mauritius and they came to Durban, and on the 16th of August my father was born. Pakistan Independence Day. My mother had a safe house in District 6, and we had the activists of the ANC, the PAC and other organizations living in the safe house. And everything was secretive. But on that day, the 16th of August, we celebrated the independence of Pakistan together with the activists. So my father, because it was his birthday, didn't celebrate his birthday. He celebrated to the activists of the resistance movement, the independence of Pakistan. So that was before the Pakistan Association of Southern Africa raised the issue of Kashmir. It was raised by my father. And my father used to tell the activists that I am funding this safe house with my grocery shop. But I want you to make sure that my son, which is myself, becomes a president of Pakistan. So that is the wish of my father. I don't know how you're going to assist me to become the president of Pakistan. I'm only a deputy minister now. So from my mother's side, my mother had a grandfather who gave the African National Congress its name. And the Oliver Tambo Foundation built a statue in his honor. And you can visit the statue at Canal Walk. I think it's entrance 14. He has a fez because he's a Haji, and he's got a walking stick. You'll see him there. His name was Haji Uzair Ali. And he also, besides giving the name African National Congress and introducing Congress politics to the ANC, he also taught Gandhi his politics. So when Gandhi came to Johannesburg, my grandfather was his friend. Later on, he didn't agree with Gandhi's racialist attitudes because Gandhi referred to Africans as Kafirs. And my grandfather didn't accept it. And there was a time that they were cross with one another for 5 years. But afterwards, they became friends again. And then as a result of the activism of my grandfather and Gandhi learned passive resistance in South Africa with the assistance of my grandfather. So that is why we have a long history and association with Pakistan. I am more Pakistan than all of you. And that is why I've listened to your requests, and you have asked many members of my political party to speak here, and I feel very honored. You've also asked our good friend to speak on behalf of his wife. Behind every woman there's a man. So he's come here to speak behind his wife, to speak on behalf of his wife. I had an operation today for my ear, but I came here. There's something wrong with my balance. And when I fall, Nazir Paulson is the first to catch me. I nearly fell into a grave and he caught me. Thank you very much, Nazir. Round of applause. Today is the 5th anniversary of Yomul Istihsal, the day of exploitation. And I'm very happy that you are here to celebrate that day. We need to raise the voice of the plight of the people of Kashmir. We know about Resolution 47 of 1948, a year before I was born. Nehru came to the United Nations and he wanted Kashmir to be part of India. But he was rejected. And the United Nations adopted the Resolution 47 of 1948 to say that Kashmir belongs to Kashmiris. And the fate of Kashmiris must be decided by the Kashmiri people. And my President Nelson Mandela have indicated that that is the policy of South Africa, that is the policy of government, and I will remind them in Parliament to start implementing that policy.
Takbir.
We have 4 officers.
Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Allahu Akbar.
We have 4 offices in Parliament. And one of the offices is an advocacy office. The first advocacy desk in that office will be an advocacy desk for Kashmir. And I want the Pakistan Association of Southern Africa to dress up that desk. When you come into that advocacy office, in one corner, you will see an advocacy desk for Kashmir. And it will have a full-time person on the grounds of Parliament to advocate for Kashmir.
Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Allah.
I expect the Pakistan Association of South Africa to give the funding for that desk. They need to fund the person that is going to man that desk.
Okay.
And 24/7 will, for the 5 years that we are going to be in Parliament, inshallah, the next 5 years, the only job of that person is to advocate for Kashmir. That person will prepare the motions that Maulana Khalil will present in Parliament, in the Western Cape Parliament. They will prepare the motions that Advocate Shamim Asali will present in the National Parliament, and also the motions that you will present as a member of the International Relations Committee of Parliament. So I think that is a constructive contribution, because I heard the call by Brother Nazir Paulse that there's a heavy responsibility resting on my shoulders as a member of the executive. I am the only Muslim on the executive of the Republic of South Africa.
Takbir. Allahu Akbar.
But I can't do the work alone. We need the support. I want to conclude by saying that Al-Jamaah is ready to govern the Western Cape with the help of the EFF and other political parties.
Takbir. Allahu Akbar.
We have the people in place for every mayoral committee position. But unfortunately, the Indians of the Western Cape don't support Al-Jamaah. But now that we have the Pakistanis, we hope that the Indians in the Western Cape will change their mind and they will start supporting Al-Jamaah and funding Al-Jamaah, and I expect a commitment that in order to win the elections in 2026 in the different municipalities, that we will get 10 million rand funding from the Pakistan Association of South Africa. That's a big amount. But if you want us to win the Western Cape, together with the EFF, we'll give them half the money. We'll give the EFF half the money. But give us a 10 million rand to win the Western Cape. Because the Zionists want to make the Western Cape another country of Africa. The 55th country of Africa. They want to make it a Zionist state. Clayton McKenzie wants to remove all Pakistanis from the Western Cape. The DA wants to remove all Pakistanis from the Western Cape. We want you to stay. You are our brothers. And we want you to help South Africa achieve its objective to eradicate poverty by 2030. Now that objective was mentioned by the President in his opening address to Parliament, where he committed to the National Development Plan that will inform the work of the Government of National Unity. Now though there are people who listen to Alan Zille and they judge us by what Alan Zille says. They've been captured by Alan Zille. Don't listen to those people who've been captured by Alan Zille. Listen to me. And what I'm telling you is that South Africa wants to, that my department, the Department of Social Development, we want to implement the National Development Plan 2030, which the EF helped to develop when their commander-in-chief was a member of the ANC. He endorsed the National Development Plan. And they were the thought leaders behind the National Development Plan. Now it doesn't mean because they left the ANC that they must abandon the National Development Plan. They must help us to eradicate poverty by 2030. And one of the contributions the Pakistan community can make in the Western Cape and in South Africa is to contribute to South Africa achieving its National Development Plan and eradicate poverty. Now Pakistanis, like the Muslims in Cape Town, we are the most generous people in the world. We pay our zakah, we give lillah, we help the poor. Al-Jamaah has a Baitul Mal. And I want the Pakistanis that to pay their zakah, to put aside their lillah and put it in the Baitul Mal of Al-Jamaah. Shukran, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Allahu Akbar.
Jazakallah khair, Honorable Prime Minister Annie Hendrik. wherever Pakistan Association can help. We are not going to say, I'm not going to say, above the board and say we're going to do it, everything. Wherever we can help, to help the community, inshallah. Previously, Pakistan Association did it, and in future also we will be doing it. Wherever we can help, inshallah, we will be doing it. We don't want to make empty promises and then eventually nothing can happen. So I really appreciate how you said it. There will be a desk in the parliament for advocacy to do Kashmir. Whatever support you needed from Pakistan Association, inshallah, we will be there as well. Now, without delay, I'm going to call Excellency Janab Mia Fahad, say a few words. Excellency High Commission, Pakistan.
Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Mr. Hanif Hendricks, Deputy Minister for Social Development, Honorable Shamima Sali, Honorable Hafiz Khalil, Honorable Khalid Said, I guess he couldn't attend us, Mr. Nazir from EFF, Dr. Zayad, and the leadership of PASA, Mr. Bakar Wadaj, Mia Zikriya, and Mia Ramzan sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on the 5th anniversary of India's illegal and unilateral actions of 5th August 2019, we are gathered here again. We are gathered here to draw the attention to the grave situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The Jammu and Kashmir dispute is one of the oldest unresolved international disputes. It has been on the agenda of Security Councils since 1948. However, on 5th August 2019, India scrapped the special status of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and bifurcated it into so-called union territories to alter its internationally recognized disputed status and undermine the right to self-determination of the Kashmiri people. India has since started a process to change the demographic structure and political landscape of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The ultimate aim of India is to transform the Kashmiri people into a disempowered minority in their own land. The Security Council resolutions on Jammu and Kashmir affirm the right of Kashmiris to self-determination and lay down the manner in which Jammu and Kashmir dispute would be resolved. They categorically state that the final disposition of the state of Jammu and Kashmir will be made in accordance with the will of the people expressed to the democratic method of free and impartial plebiscite conducting under the auspices of UN. Following the unlawful actions of 5th August 2019, India has intensified its campaign of oppression that includes extrajudicial killings, arbitrary arrests, torture, enforced disappearances, collective punishment, sexual violence, denial of freedom of expression and religion, curbs on the media, and internet shutdowns and arrests of human rights defenders. The entire Hurriyat political leadership, the genuine voice of Kashmiri people, has been arbitrarily incarcerated for the past several years. Thousands of political activists and human rights defenders have been detained. Some prominent Kashmiri leaders, including Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani, have died in detention. Another Kashmiri leader, Mr. Shabir Ahmad Shah, has spent over half of his 70 years of life in jail. A key objective of India's strategy post 5th August is to introduce a change in the demographic structure of the occupied territory. Millions of domicile certificates have been issued to non-Kashmiris. India has seized lands in Kashmir and allowed non-Kashmiris to buy real estate and register on electoral rolls. Efforts for political engineering are also underway so that applied government could be installed as a result of any elections. India's brutal campaign in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir is influenced by their Hindutva theory. The Hindu supremacist ideology of BJP RSS ruling party that envisages the systematic marginalization of minorities, especially Muslims. To justify its high-handed tactics, India seeks to portray the Kashmiri freedom struggle as terrorism. However, a former so-called governor of occupied Jammu and Kashmir has revealed that how the Pulwama attack of 2019 was used by the Indian leadership to advance the shame narrative of victimhood, stoke hyper-nationalism and reap electoral benefits. Last year, exploiting its group of G20 presidency, India organized the meeting of G20 Tourism Working Group in Srinagar, in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir from 22 to 24 May 2023, to seek validation of its occupation of Jammu and Kashmir. However, a number of important G20 members, states and specially invited countries disassociated themselves from that meeting. The international community cannot ignore the massive violations of human rights in Jammu and Kashmir. The Committee of Nations must take cognizance of the fact that the Jammu and Kashmir dispute poses an ever-present threat to international peace and security. The issue of Palestine and Jammu and Kashmir are question mark on the collective conscience of world community, especially the Western world who proclaim themselves as the champions of human rights. Pakistan, for its part, will continue to extend full moral, diplomatic and political support to the struggle of the people of Kashmir as well as Palestine for their realization of their inalienable right to self-determination as enshrined in the UN Charter. And thank you all.
Allah give you reward. Now, without delay, a word of thanks from my president. Now I will call Pakistan Association President, Mr. Waqar Ahmed Baraj.
Very, very warm welcome to all my respected guests, MPs, and especially to our Deputy Minister of Social, Hanif Hendrik. I really love this person. I met him first time in Lens in Al Jamaa, Mira Musa's function, and I'm very impressed by him. He's a very good, very great leader. The freedom is a gift from God, but it's very worthy. It's not easy to get it. Ask the people from Palestine, ask the people from Kashmir, those are suffering for it. When that Dr. Zaid was talking here, I was looking at him. And it reminds me that situation in Karbala. Hazrat Imam Hussain and their family, they were getting killed with a smile. I saw this gentleman from Palestine. Instead of crying and telling his story, he was laughing.
Takbir, Allahu Akbar. Takbir, Allahu Akbar. Takbir, Allahu Akbar.
Because Allah Pak put burden on a person according to his capacity. These people are really very brave. And I think there is nothing much more left to say because all the respected members, Sister Shamima, Deputy Minister and our Honorable High Commissioner Sahab, almost they said everything. And I just would like to say thanks to everyone. Thanks for raising voice for Kashmir and Palestine, at least we are doing what we can do. It's just difficult for the Ummah-e-Muslimah because we moved out from our track of Islam. There are so many double dealers, those we call in Urdu munafiq. There are a lot of munafiqeens and Muslims. And if there is any great leader, raise the voice for Muslim, they kill him. There were fourth great leader who picked up voice about Muslims, and they all have been killed. And the last one is our Imran Khan, who picked up voice of the Muslims in the UNO. He is locked up. I really feel sorry for Muslim Muslimah. I would like to say, may Allah Pak bless us, bless Palestine, bless Kashmir. Jazakallah. Thanks a lot.
صلى الله عليه وسلم صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم يا Yeah.